Hey everyone, this is Isaac, and welcome back to another Premiere Pro tutorial. In this video, I'm going to go over every single section in the export window, what each tab does, what settings actually matter, and what you can usually leave alone. We'll go through everything from file name and format, all the way down to the metadata and effects, so you'll finally understand what all those tabs mean. Let's get started. To open the export window, just select your sequence and press Ctrl M on Windows or Command M on Mac. You can also just press the export button on the top here. This brings up the export settings panel, which is where you choose all the settings for your final video. At the top, you'll see file name and location. Click on the file name if you want to rename it. And by clicking on the blue text, you can choose where you want to save it. Always double check this before exporting, so your video doesn't disappear into some random cache folder. Then we have presets. These are pre-made combinations of settings. For example, you have high quality, 1080p HD. This renders your video in a 1080p quality in 20 fps. I like to select match source. Match source matches your original video's settings. Next is format. This decides what kind of file Premiere will export. H.264 is the most common. Small file size, great quality, and it's perfect for YouTube or social media. HEVC or H.265 is a newer version that compresses better but takes longer to export. QuickTime is used for more professional workflows or broadcasts. If you're not sure what to pick, go with H.264. That's the best all-around format for most exports. Below that, you'll see these tabs: video, audio, multiplexer, captions, effects, metadata, and general. Each one controls a different part of your export. Let's go through them one by one. Starting with the video tab. This is where you control how your actual video looks and how big the file will be. You can either match the source, which I've already explained what it does, but if you unselect these boxes, you can choose your custom settings. Frame size. This controls the resolution. You can select 1080p, 4K, or any other resolution that you might want. Frame rate. I suggest keeping the frame rate the same as your sequence. Field order determines whether a video displays all its lines at once, which is progressive, or alternates between even and odd lines, which is interlaced. For modern videos, always use progressive. And lastly, we have aspect. It controls the shape of your video's pixels, usually set to square pixels, for normal, non-stretched footage. Render at maximum depth. This improves color accuracy. Use it if you want slightly better quality. And at the bottom, you have bitrate settings. These control file size and quality. VBR1 pass is great for most exports. It gives you good quality in smaller files. VBR2 pass gives better compression but takes longer. Adjust the target bitrate to control file size. Around 10 to 16 megapixels is perfect for 1080p resolution. Next up is the audio tab, audio format. Here you can choose the format of your audio settings. You can choose between AAC or MPEG. I like to go with AAC. Next up is audio codec. As I said, I stick with AAC. It's the standard one. Sample rate. It's best to keep the sample rate at 48,000. This is the best for your HD videos. Channel. Use stereo unless you're doing surround sound. And for the bitrate, set it to 320 for the best quality. You can also check the box to disable audio completely if you're exporting something silent. The multiplexer tab decides how video and audio are combined into one file. For most H.264 exports, this will be set to MP4 by default, and you usually don't need to change it. If you set it to none, Premiere will export separate audio and video files. So basically, just leave this one alone unless you know you need a special setup. The caption tab. This lets you include subtitles or closed captions in your export. You can burn them into a video or export them as a separate sidecar file, like an SRT file. If you don't have captions in your project, you can just skip this tab. The effect tab is where you can apply extra adjustments during exporting without changing your actual edit. You can add lumetri look or color grades, text overlays, image overlays, and even tone mapping. The metadata tab lets you add extra information to your video file, like copyright, description, or creator details. And lastly, we have the general tab. Here you have three options. Import into project. Premiere will automatically add the exported file back into your project once it finishes exporting. Handy if you want to immediately use the exported clip in another sequence. Use previews. If checked, Premiere will use pre-rendered preview files for faster exports. This can speed up export time but may slightly reduce file quality if previews were lower resolution. Use proxies. If you've edited with low resolution proxy files, checking this will export using the proxy version instead of the full resolution clips. Useful for quick drafts or sharing previews without long render times. And when you're happy with your rendering settings, down here you have the export button. That's it for this video. If you found this video useful, subscribe for more tutorials like this one. Check the description below for the links of all my socials, and if you have any questions or future video requests, leave them down in the comments below.